the vision of the people, man. I don't be knowing if the universe even want me to let you guys know this. I be like, yo, maybe it's best to just let whatever happens, happens. Let people feel the way they want to feel. You know, just feel confused. It makes you upset. And you know, some of my higher selves be like, we love to see them upset. We like to see them figure out ways to get out of the situation or make it worse. You're good either way, but it's like you're better if you figure out how to make it work. You know, how to turn something bad into something good, spin it off. But this ain't about that. This is about fear. Like, we right to be afraid of people. People are crazy. Like, we're all crazy. So, like, I can understand why people don't approach people because people be like, oh, that motherfucker might be crazy. He might be a serial killer or something. Rather keep my distance until the police find him or some shit like that. I can understand the world is gone like two steps, 2 times 10 steps fully into hell, 100% screaming, screeching, trying to get to heaven. It's like we're all going through hell trying to get to heaven. That's what all I'm trying to convey is that. And it's like a government shutdown. When we shut down every year, I want y'all to remember this. Through every presidential election, every term of presidency, we shut down. Now, fake news is real, so there'll be so much news that'll be like the country's in panic or this, that, and the third. Now, look, don't get me wrong. In the events of actual government shutdowns, this is when we have to be worried because this is when they shut programs like CERN down. They shut programs that monitor the activity of outside forces that could knock us all off down. They do things like that. They shut down programs that monitor seismic activity. They shut down different extensive programs that monitor the storms and geomagnetic mappings of the earth and different things like that. These are different things that get shut down through a whole term. Not to mention, like they said, the travel with TSA not getting paid. That's a lot of, security that might not come to work, which means they might shut down a lot of international flights. Now, mind you, the rest of the world is already so freaking scared because we think they're gonna just, you know, shut us off from the rest of the world and be like, we not doing business with China, we're not doing business with Russia, fuck Africa, we're not doing business with Europe, we're not doing business with any of you fuckers. It's America over everything from this for a moment forward. Come on, man, why would we ever be like that? A lot of us over here for the world. So look, listen. Of course they got to do business with other countries. That's business. That's, import, export. It doesn't matter if we got tariffs or not. Eventually, motherfuckers start making the money needed to go above tariffs. So then it gets back to normal. Now, the only messed up thing is in the process, the living wages and the amount it costs to live goes up. Because the inflation, food costs and things like that go up. As if we order our eggs from overseas. I don't know. It's crazy. This was the year of the wood snake. I don't know if anybody really researched that, what all that pretels. It's like if there ever was a time where God let the devil out of his pen to terrorize the world and treat us all like Job, that's why the spirit of Job is all afoot. They, make movies and, Job hasn't been this talked about in a long time because of the deception it took. Like Job was deceived by God. The God, literally, you don't understand. Like you don't understand the whole pretext of what you're getting in. It's like shame on me, but you should still keep your faith. Like it's basically a testament of you, resolve. What matters is you continue to work 10 times harder than you worked yesterday. And people don't know your job, so they don't know what it takes to be you. Like most folks don't know my job. I'm an entrepreneur, by the way, jobless entrepreneur. You don't know what it takes to be me. You gotta wake up, pick the right time, go out, hustle CDs, pick other odd jobs that help and equivalent money throughout the whole time, and try to keep a busy schedule, all while trying to chase the dream of being a musical artist, because that's what the entrepreneurship is. So I'm always trying to figure out when and what time should I go online, what should I go online about, why am I not doing more shows, why am I got bookings, different things like that. All the stuff that be on my mind, it be a lot going on. trying to get partnerships on different platforms. Keep the fans I have entertained in so many different ways. I'm always trying not to step on any toes or any necks. So I know sometimes it has to be done, but I'm just don't want to be the guy to do it, you know? hmm It's like you want to judge everything, but, you don't want to be judged. That's the problem. That's when it gets major, you know? You want folks to own up for what they do, but you don't want to take responsibility for you. Look, you can't have one without the other. And some of this just has to be done. Don't be afraid. You are not alone. You know, we do have each other. And if you on my side, you on God's side. And if you're on God's side, then you automatically on my side. Let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it. You know what? My name's Joshua, by the way. You know how many people hit me up and be like, hey, have you read the book of Joshua? Hey, have you heard the Joshua Giant Slayer? Yeah, have you read the book of Joshua? Like, seriously, have you read it? Do you know what type of shit Joshua was going through? Joshua served in fear. hmm See, Joshua understood this one thing: obey God or die. In his time of reign, he understood that obey God or die. And he had seen proof in the pudding. He seen it all. He seen God killing thousands of Israelites just because they was complaining or, wasn't keeping up with what they were supposed to keep up with. They stole from God, made a bull, different things like that. Joshua got to see some stuff. Like they disrespected Moses and God killed them. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand. He understood that they were serving a war God. And if you make the wrong move, your head would probably be on a stake. It's a sacrificial it's a word, what is it, example for wrongdoings against God. You got to understand, like, from the moment Moses understood what was going on, he understood, oh, this is a war god. These people don't understand. The Israelites don't understand what this, you don't know what this is, but you serve God or die. That was when the establishment of fear was being programmed into the mass of people of modern day as well. Yeah, I could tell you stories even about your African ancestry. Tell you stories about your Irish ancestry. Yeah, real shit. I'm an Akashic record walking. You can't prove me wrong, and I can't prove it right, but I promise you, I'm an Akashic book walking, standing, knowing shit in reference to like Ishua Ligwa and Olekun Yemoja. When the creation of a people were made, said this one story of an African creation story. When Yemoja came into existence, all life sprung from her bosom, and Eshua Ligwa didn't see fit for everything to be perfect, so he whispered deceit and lies and tyranny, saying this to different kings of the nations, that other kings pursued and wanted their wealth and their kingdoms and started wars. And these stories and whispers of deceit were the African people being snatched up, thrown in chains, and hurled across the earth. You dig? As Yemoja was enraged, she became the very hurricanes to thwart the ships and the slave owners from creating the fuckery, but it still took place. A test of man to see if man would even cross the boundaries of killing his own brothers. You dig? The sins of Cain and Abel, so to speak. Or we'll just say Alalu and Anu, or Horus and Seth. It gets so deep. Zeus and Kratos, the sins of the fathers. You know what I'm saying? What are you really getting at? Are we just trying to create new sins? Is that what this is? The wars of mankind. Mm. We keep God in it so we don't have to blame ourselves. We keep the devil in it for the same reason. You know. That's one of the realest things I could ever really let you guys know. Like most of your choices you haven't, properly, logically thought out your discernment so you don't make logical choices. You make spiritual choices based off of, a modern discernment of the understanding you think you have by God. I mean, shit, to each his own. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we all gonna go down the same path. We all gonna hit the dirt. Whether you go in a pyramid or they shoot you off into the stars or, they cremate you. It's the same way. Don't be afraid. I'm here with you. I'm here to make it better, to make it a little easier for you. You know what I mean? Don't think of me like Christ. Don't think of me like a prophet. Think of me like me, Joshua Fuller. Hopefully they'll play my song at your funeral type shit. Oshia, Yeshua, Yeshua, all the names that transcend Emmanuel. Look, man, don't trick yourself. We think about this way too deep. We get too caught up in it. We talking about white sheep versus black sheep. Is that actually exists when we all know we the same people, and we just need to get to a point of where we saying I'm sorry and I forgive you and I love you, and we continue to move through with our existence because it's all in a blink of an eye. You should be still to enjoy the time that you have because it could all be gone tomorrow or the day after or the next very second. That's enough to give thanks to God and whoever's watching. You feel me? For whatever reason, this is. You mean? Because in flashes of lights, it's over. Every now and then I see a flash of light and I have to check my post. I'll be like, damn, am I still on Earth? Am I still here? Maybe you're not worried about the right things. You're too busy watching and worrying about the wrong shit, you know? Nobody looks at the sky anymore and really makes sense of their own reality. We just keep waiting on them to tell us what's up. So later on tonight, there'll be another government shutdown, like there is every year or every 2 years, and they're gonna say all kind of fake news. We got an AI, by the way. Artificial intelligence is a beast. I'm talking about you can't even tell these days. You don't know what's going on. The president, an artificial message can get made, and it'll be a presidential meeting, and it can say whatever, and you folks will probably believe it and wouldn't know that this shit was AI. You're gonna have to. I'm talking about that's how advanced we are. Like normally you'd be like, oh, that's AI. Nah, at this moment you're not gonna be able to tell. Like I want you to keep this in mind. These people invest your tax money in war, the evolution of war tech, which means anything that could help get ahead in a war, they invest in. That's billions of dollars on technological sciences like, hollow projection, hypersonic missiles, different things like that. We get in deeply diversed into it, even down to communications and being able to scramble shit and mess up communications or create a form of communication that discombobulates some people and AI innovation on a quantum level now. You think they ain't been messing with that for like a couple years, like at least 20 years on your forehead? You crazy. We just not getting into it. You dig? They just not releasing it to us. Of course, we getting phones that's able to keep up on a level, but imagine what they still playing with. You know what I mean? I'm talking about gravity bomb type technology on your forehead. If we dropping things like that, shit, I wouldn't be surprised if they could push a button and make everybody's head blow up. If you on your cell phone on some Kingsman type shit, I would not be surprised. And I wouldn't be surprised if they watching us through some shit like TikTok and Facebook whenever you go online, because we go live anyway. They gonna watch you. Think about it. We go live. So if you're a content creator, you already in it. But just imagine if you don't go live and you're not in it. And just think, just think about the looking glass. I mean, it don't really matter. Ain't shit any of us could do. You know what I'm saying? Keep your faith together and try to love yourself and love your brother and love your neighbor. And that's the only way you can fight what they doing. I'm gonna be real with you. Only way to fight. I know it gets scary, and I know most of us are crazy, fat weak shit, out of our minds. But the only way is to actually love your neighbor. and stick together through this. Because I'm telling you, on some level, it's it's governments that just don't want any humans existing for some reason. I don't understand it, and they want your soul, and they trying to like keep it trapped. They feed off of it now. I'm trying to figure out why is that even happening and what would make that even why. I'm pretty sure God trying to figure that out too. He's like, what the? Haven't I been good to you? Why would you do this? What is wrong with you? Didn't I make it all perfect for you? Like, what the freak? Like, let's get it together, y'all. That's all I really wanted to come online and say. Because don't fall for everything they pitching to us, but fall for everything and be prepared for everything. Reinforce it. Get with me. Let's reinforce some shit. Reinforce our nations and what we built so that can't nobody just take it down. You know, you can't just burn down what the fuck we got going on so easily. I love y'all, man. Y'all my brothers and sisters. You know, I'm pretty sure we've all influenced each other vicariously in some way and not even known it. And I would hope that it be the best way from this moment on, that we do it in the best of manners to see some amazing things from humanity. You feel me? Just think about it. Think about it. I'm about to get scientific with my life in just a minute. I'm gonna start building shit. I'm gonna just be careful not to blow some shit up in the process. Y'all stay up, man. I love y'all.